What's going on, guys? How are you doing? How are you? This is Shocks, and this is Shocks Capital YouTube channel. So today I want to show you what is going to happen in the market and how you can take advantage of it and trade it as we go in this week. So what we want to do here is very simple. We want to understand how to analyze, and we want to actually do some live predictions of what is going to happen this week using the H4 time frame. So before we go any further, I just want you to understand that the strategy that we are going to be using here is simple. We're going to be integrating market structure and order blocks to identify trading opportunities that are available this week. So we are going to start off with this chart that you are seeing on a chart, which is USDCHF, which is the US dollar versus the Swiss franc, right? So what we are going to do is very simple here. We're going to understand what is happening by looking at the chart. Number one, first looking at the market structure, which is your trend, and number two, we are going to be looking at the points of interest, which is your order blocks, demand and supply, and things like that. So that's what we are going to do, right? So number one, what do you see from this chart? By merely looking at it, you can clearly see that we are in a downtrend, right? If you draw a trend line like this, I hope you are seeing it. This will be your trend line, and this is going to be a very, very beautiful downtrend. And if you can put another one, you see that price did break out of a channel, and the sensible thing to do in a chart like this is to follow the trend, and the trend here is going downwards. So if the trend is going downwards, it means that you have to align yourself with what is happening, right? So what we will do here is simple. We will look at this being our point of interest and being the order block, and again being the equidistance of the channel. So most of the times when price is trading in a channel like this, what usually happens is price will retrace back to the middle point of that particular channel, be it a range, be it a channel that looks like this. It will most of the times come back and retest at that particular zone. So this is what you are doing, and this is how you can do it, right? So you wait for price to move back to this particular point and drop. Or alternatively, you can see that we are having a fair value gap in this area. As soon as price took out that channel, as you can see after the breakout, we have this fair value gap that you are seeing here. So this is how we can trade it. Again, we can look for opportunities to this fair value gap, as you can see here, and attempt to see price going down like that. So these are the two projections that we can have on the USDCHF. Remember, we have CPI this week. So what it means is this retracement might not come before the news, right? And you might be looking for price to hit there just before news with the help of news. Remember, we might be looking at the news releases helping us to this point and then dropping after. So this is what I'm looking at on USD CHF. Then go to Euro USD. As you can see, and as you might know, the USD CHF and the Euro USD they are correlated inversely, right? So when the USD CHF is going down, the Euro will be going up, as you can see in this picture, right? So from here, what do you see? What I'm seeing is very simple here. I'm seeing a move that is a fair value gap in this area. So this move happened around NFP, right? So this was news. This was NFP, non-farm payrolls, right? So what I'm waiting for is a drop to fill out this whole gap, right? And what I will be looking at, or what would interest me, is what is this order block in this area, right? So these are the two areas that I'm looking at, and with the exception of this zone here, where we are saying this is the break and we have a fair value gap. So price might actually drop back to this order block, number one, or it can drop back to the fair value gap, as you can see, which is this fair value gap. Then it can also drop back again to the flip zone here and go up. So what am I expecting here? For me to trade the Euro USD, I first want to see a retracement from where it is right now to to these three areas that I've highlighted on my chart. So this is what I want to see before I can commit on Euro USD, right? Then we go on to GBP USD and try to see what is happening. So first of all, remember, we are looking at what? We are looking at the trend. And what is the trend doing here? The trend is down, right? As you can see, the trend is down. So if the trend is down, number one, you're looking for two things. The first thing is, can price break that particular trend and continue or go to the other direction, or can price continue with that trend? So from what you are seeing here, you can clearly see that we have some supply zone in this area, right? So what I would want to see is to see this particular one go to this supply zone and drop, most possibly during news, where it can drop and take out this area here. So this is what I'm looking for. I would want to see maybe this area being taken out as price goes to this to claim this supply zone and take some liquidity as it goes there, because we are seeing some liquidity in this area right there. So we have some liquidity and we want to see price going back to the yellow zone and dropping down like that, and we'll see how it goes from there. So this is my projection on Euro USD for the week. Then we'll go to USDJPY. It's marked already. So what do you see? Number one, remember, we're looking at the trend. So the trend is down. That's number one. The trend is down. You can draw trend lines and you can observe with the lower lows, and lower highs. As you can see, price is dropping, right? So what are you expecting to see? I'm expecting to see a buy to this area. Then I'm expecting to see a drop from that particular area. So remember, we have CPI on Wednesday. I'm actually emphasizing this because some of these moves are helped by news events. So we can actually see the retracement coming with the help of news events to this particular supply or order block zone. Then we can see a drop of price there. So this is what we are going to see, right? Remember, we are just looking at price and identifying where price might go next. So remember, this is Euro USD, right? This is USD. We did talk about this one. And let's go to gold. What do you see on gold? Okay, what I see here is very clear. On gold, I see something very clear and something very striking. So here's what I see. We see price going down, right? Then I see price retracing and going up and retesting this supply zone here, which is more like a source of price. So after that, what do you see? I'm seeing a very prominent supply zone or order block in this area after breaking of a low, and the low that we are talking about that was taken out is this particular low here. So what I want to see here is very simple. I want to see price going to this OB, and I want to see price dropping to these areas here. Remember, we have equal lows there. So what I'm expecting is price to go to this order block. And remember, I'm emphasizing this again. We have CPI on Wednesday, and what I would want to see is price going back here on Monday and Tuesday, then on Wednesday to drop and take out these equal lows, as you can see, and ultimately take out this low that is lying at this particular point, right? So would want to see price claiming this one and going down like that. So this is what I would want to see on gold. And remember, these are not absolutes, and this is not a financial advice. So I'm just looking at this, helping you guys see what we are doing. And remember, if you want to trade these setups with a broker that caters for you, that actually cares for you, and there's phenomenal conditions to trade, you are not looking any further than TIOmarkets, and the links to join this particular broker are in the description down below. So if this is something that excites you, and if this is something that you'd want, please make sure you click the links in the description down below and join our Telegram channel so that you can get free signals while you trade with TIOmarkets. So just before I go, let me just give you a summary of the strategy that we were using in terms of, so that you can do it on the remaining three pairs. If you look down here on my chart, you clearly see that we have GBP JPY, and we have GBP AUD, and we have BTC. So I want you to go and actually look at this and come up with your own projections, as I was doing. So what I was doing is very simple. I was just looking at the market structure, then I look at the last taken out high or low, then I would look at the order block that was responsible for that, and that was it. So if we look at this, let's go to the H1 and try to see how gold is looking on the H1 so that maybe you can understand a bit better. Remember, we have this high, right? So that's high number one. We have this high, remember lower highs, right? We have this low. So what did price do? Price takes out this low, right? Takes out this low. By what move? By this move. So the order block or the last opposite candle before this break is what? Is this one. Remember, we are talking about premium and discount, and we are not taking this one. Why? Because it's right in the middle. We want something that closer to the what? To the high or closer to the low whenever we are making our projection. So you would have taken this one, this order block, right? And you would have waited for price to go back to this order block and do so. Waiting is what we are going to be doing, right? We have identified what we need to do. Now we wait to see if price is going back to where we want it, and we'll take it from there. So guys, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you watch the next video that is going to come up.